Our family's simple and slow lives. If you are interested in following along with a mom that is a homemaker, lives on one single income, and is a beginner homesteader, then come along and you can learn with me, because I definitely don't have it all figured out. Welcome back, everyone. Bethany here. So I was inspired by Three Rivers Homestead. I'm not sure if you follow her. I happen to follow her over on Instagram. She's just a very knowledgeable homesteader. But anyways, I was challenged by her to do a pantry challenge this month. Now, yes, if you know Three Rivers Homestead, goodness, I think her name is Jessica, yes. You know that she is way, way, way beyond me in her homesteading journey. I've talked about this before in another video, but you cannot compare your chapter 2, 3, whatever to somebody else's chapter 20 plus whatever. We are all at different chapters of living in life. But anyways, I was challenged by her to do a pantry challenge. So my pantry challenge, I decided, obviously, since I'm in a different place in life and in my homesteading journey than she is, to completely personalize and cater my pantry challenge to fit our family. So basically, a pantry challenge can be anything that you want it to be. So for me, I'm only going to the grocery store to buy staple pantry items that I need to be able to cook our meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner from scratch. As well as also using the things that I do have in my pantry that maybe I've had been sitting in there a long time that I don't typically cook with. Maybe it's not my favorite thing to cook with, but it's just sitting there. So those are things in the pantry that I'm going to make sure that I use up what's already in stock. What this is allowing in our home is to keep our grocery budget down because we're cooking with what we already have and not going to the store to buy items that I decide, oh, I want to try this recipe out. I'm only cooking based on what we have on hand. Also, this allows me to become a lot more creative and learn some different dishes, or just working to put things together to make it work. Yes, I do garden, but I've said this many times, I'm a beginner homesteader and I'm still learning the art of food preservation. So a lot of the items that I grew in our garden this year, it's January now, and I've depleted almost all of my resources and anything that I did preserve. I've got some pickled jalapenos still. I've got quite a bit of jars of jelly, but that's the extent of it. Oh, and I should mention that we do have a ton of meat chicken in our freezer, because here on our humble homestead, that is another thing that we do on our own. We raise meat chickens and we process them ourselves. So this week I desperately needed to go to the store. I had been one other time this month, and it was just for minimal amount of things. One of them being some kefir for my husband, because he drinks that on the go as he's working. Anyways, I desperately needed to restock some items in my pantry. Okay, right now I'm going to let you take a look into my fridge, what it looked like right before I went to the grocery store. And I'm just keeping it completely real. This is what our fridge looked like, very bare. I had been making meals, tons of meals, with very little amounts of food to cook with. Then after you take a look into my bare fridge, I'm going to take you just through a grocery haul and show you everything that I picked up at the store. Now, again, we are a family of 5, 3 kids. We cook pretty much everything from scratch, not really any convenience foods here. I home educate my kids, and where we live, there are not a lot of there are not a lot of great stores, so we do a lot of our shopping at Walmart. So this happens to be the store that I went to for this video. I just want to show you some of the typical items that we keep in stock here in our pantry and in our fridge, as we are cooking from scratch. So like I said, I home educate my 3 kids, so we are cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner here daily. And then just to give you kind of an understanding, for snacks throughout the day, we are eating things like fruits, veggies, nuts, anything leftover, just breads that we make. I'm really into sourdough right now. And then any baked goods that we just feel like making and have the ingredients for. All right, here we go. We're gonna take a look into the fridge. Day 21 of Pantry Challenge. Our fridge is getting very bare. So I'm gonna just let you take a look inside of there. Let's see what we have here on the top shelf. Little half and half kefir, very little bit of whole milk left. Got a jar of elderberry, some of my sourdough discard, buttermilk from making our own butter, plenty of eggs, some chicken liver, syrup, which there might be a couple drops, ketchup. All right, our water, leftovers from last night, chicken and dumplings. It's getting dark here. Open that a little bit, babe. All right, our cheese drawer. Got a little bit of tortillas. Down here, oh my goodness, our vegetable drawer is like empty. All we have left is celery. Got grapes and a chicken carcass that I need to make some broth out of. Oh, and we can't forget our pickled jalapenos. Grocery haul time. So I stopped by Walmart this morning. We are a one-car family, so early this morning I took my husband to work, so I made it to the store a little before 7. Lovely experience being able to shop with barely anybody in the store. Let me go ahead and show you what I picked up. We depleted most of the stuff in our pantry, all of our foods and stuff. We tried to eat as organically as possible, of course. Our family butchers our own meat chicken. Right now I'm trying to find better ways to source our own beef and dairy, so I didn't pick up any meat today. So here you go. Let's take a look at what I've got. All right, we've got carrots. Go through lots of carrots for baking. I picked up some cucumbers because that's nice to just cut up and have in random salads whenever we want for lunches. 2 bags of apples. And citrus is in right now, so I was able to get a pretty good price for this huge 8-pound bag. I've been missing my spinach the last few days. Need greens back in my life. We've got potatoes, regular sweet potatoes, and then russet potatoes. Trying to eat potatoes organically, and I did not grow near enough this year in my garden. All right, we've got cashews because I just love cashews. And those are good nuts to have in your life. Maple syrup, our family goes through maple syrup like crazy. That's how we sweeten most of our things too. We are going to be trying to tap into our own maples here on this property. We'll see if we have any luck. All right, I needed some lighter olive oil for making mayonnaise. Here we have some pasta. Not super happy with my dairy choices right now, but there's not much organic choices at Walmart right now. And again, I'm trying to source some better dairy for us. We've got our gallons of milk, cream cheese for a couple recipes. My husband wants to do a fiesta night tonight, which is not really part of our pantry challenge, but hey, we gotta have some fun. Rice, eat lots of rice, jasmine rice, non-GMO, not bad. Garlic, tons of garlic is used in our baking all the time. Popcorn for snacks. These for snacks and baking. My husband likes to put these cranberries into trail mixes. Needed more quinoa. Berries, I've been needing just some fresh berries, even though they're not in season. I just love them. And I was so excited to find organic unsweetened coconut flakes because I have the hardest time finding these unsweetened. I've had to order them online and whatnot, so I was super stoked to find those at the store today. We eat tons of oats, and we love ourselves some cream of wheat, so yeah, that's great. Also, needing to stock up on a little bit more flour. Right now, I'm also trying to find a better way to buy bulk flour. Azure is not around our area, so shipping prices are ridiculous. So right now this is my best choice for buying flour organically. All right, let's take a look. I'm stocking up on some canned goods. We pretty much have no more canned goods in our pantry. We use this for, well, pizza sauce, yes, but spaghetti, baking. We've got some beans. These are just for quick convenience for lunches and just throwing them to some recipes sometimes. Okay, there we go. And I needed to just grab a few more of these. I don't use these very often, but it's always nice to have on hand when I'm baking stuff. My husband likes to put tuna in his lunch, so I picked him up some tuna and salmon. Yes, love to make salmon cakes. So we'll be doing that with these cans of tuna, or not tuna, but salmon. Forgot avocados or some healthy fats that I'm needing in my life. Dried beans. We always keep dried beans in stock, and navy are our preferred choice of dried beans. So that will last us for a good couple of weeks. And there you have it. Honestly, this challenge hasn't been too challenging for me, mostly because this is really how we operate and live in our simple and slow living just on a day-to-day basis. So this is the month of January. We're about to end that and go into the month of February, and I am definitely going to continue the challenge into February, but I'm right now trying to think of what are some other things that I can do to make this a little more challenging for me and give me the chance to grow even more through this. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure you leave a comment below. What can I do to make this even more challenging? Or maybe share some things that you do if you've ever participated in any pantry challenge or what you're doing right now. Just to stretch that food, make things work, and be really creative in the kitchen. Also, if you are interested in following along on some daily meals that I am making and cooking from scratch through this challenge, make sure that you follow me on Instagrams. I update my stories. I'm not a huge story person, but through this challenge, I've been keeping myself accountable, and I'm posting a lot of what I'm making throughout the challenge. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. I do hope I've helped spark some inspiration in you to be able to cook more from scratch. Simple meals, simple meals, to be more creative in the kitchen, but also to keep your food budget down, because who doesn't want to save some money? Okay, until next week, don't be afraid to keep things slow and simple.